process when I went live. I had to wait forever. And I was waiting for it to process so it could be posted so I could show Brittany how much work I had done digging out the canal. And somebody gets on there. The name was, I think, Mega Nega, like Negame, and was talking about they wanted to know my location because they wanted to come kill me. And I don't know, maybe because I used the word kill. I don't know why the video got taken down. But they were threatening my life. They were saying that they had 20 people with guns and that they would come kill me and nobody would hear me scream or whatever. And so I'm just like, I'm not going to make it easy for you. I got a chainsaw, I got a rifle or whatever. I was like, you might have 20 people with guns, but that don't mean that you've got 20 people that'll pull the trigger. I was like, you might only have one that'll pull the trigger, maybe not even that. And, people will get on here and they'll just say stuff they don't mean. Nothing has ever come of any death threat that's ever been made to me. And people will also, they'll say, I'm going to give you $1 million or something like that. And they're just making it up. So most of the time I don't worry about it, but I don't try to just get myself chilled, really. But I don't know. Why did YouTube take it down? Is it because I said I would defend myself? Because I'm not out here. Look, I do not promote violence or murder. But like my definition of murder is the unjustified killing, the unjustified taking of another person's life. If someone breaks into your house and they're trying to rape your wife, they're trying to kill you, you're perfectly justified in taking their life to protect your life, Or if someone goes and kills a bunch of children and the state decides that they're going to take kill that person as justice, that's justified. I don't think that it's like Facebook says that you're promoting violence if you call for the death penalty for pedophiles. And I think that's ridiculous, So Facebook was talking about, on Facebook, they had said something about this guy had molested these children. And I said, put him to death. And then I got banned on Facebook. They said I was promoting violence. But that's not actually promoting violence. That's a very low IQ take of it, really. If you were to just not punish violence, you get more of it. Like if you just let people go around and be serial killers and never punished them. So it's kind of crazy where Facebook, if you're like a serial killer, child serial rapist should get the death penalty, and Facebook is like, oh, you said somebody should be put to death for going around and killing people? You're promoting violence. No, I'm not promoting violence. I'm promoting justice. But that's some real bullshit. Hello, Callium Kirkwood. I'm not good at pronouncing names. I'm not pronouncing anyone's name wrong on purpose. Some people get offended, and I'm sorry. Language isn't my strong suit. But anyway, I did that long live video. I wanted to show Brittany the swamp and the creek and the canal and how much I dug out of it. So I wait forever. And the video, I guess, got deleted because when the guy was in that video, I didn't say anything controversial. I have in other videos, but I was just watering fruit trees and digging the canal and digging in the swamp. And this guy, his name is Mega Nega, like Nega at the end, Mega. And he's saying that he wants to know where I'm at. And says nobody would hear me screaming is threatening my life. And so he got 20 other people with guns going to come kill me, which they never showed up. They never have killed me, But I was saying I'm out here just trying to plant fruit trees and niggas trying to take my life away because his last name was spelled Nega. I don't know if it's because I said that. I don't know if it's because I said I got a rifle and I wouldn't make it easy for you. But I mean, just be real. Like, I don't know, this video might get deleted too, but I ain't done nothing wrong. If a motherfucker says he's gonna get 20 people with guns and come kill you, and you say, well, I'll shoot back, that's not promoting violence. Staying here for people to come kill me, and I don't expect anyone else to either. The social media be tripping, you know. It's like if people promote killing babies, that's not promoting violence. But if you show a picture of an aborted baby, that's graphic violence. People can get on social media and advocate for normalizing pedophilia, but if you say there should be the death penalty for it, now they got a problem with you. CBS talks, what's his name, Alex Huxley or something? This pervert that pushed for the sexual revolution in America. He wanted to normalize pedophilia, and CBS, the news, they do a piece on him, and they talk about he was a misunderstood, controversial figure. No, he was an evil pedophile. He was a terrible, horrible person. Bro, you talk with who? Are you talking about who was it that was threatening to kill me? I don't remember most of them. I just remember the one from yesterday. The name was, and I went to take a screenshot, but it only screenshots the live video. It doesn't screenshot the comment section. So I have no real proof, but from memory, I remember it's Meganega, or it might have been 2 G's. Basically, his username was like Mega Nigga. But anyway, he claimed that he had 20 people with him with guns, which I don't believe, because I actually formed a militia in 2010. And I did organize 30 families, and it's not easy to do. It's very time consuming. It takes a lot of work, a lot of willpower, a lot of sacrifice, and then it's very easy for the whole thing to fall apart. It's not easy to keep a lot of people united and organized and sharing a common vision. And it requires a little bit of an illusion, really, that people are, because people will tend to like have heroes and look up to people, and then their delusions be shattered, or people will think that things are going to move faster than they're going to move, or people will have personal problems with someone else in the group, and then through their disagreement, other people take sides, or people will just have other things going on. Like, it's hard for me to believe that. I mean, there are people out there that have done it. You know, I know you could do a lot more. Like, a lot of people will say things are impossible because they've never tried to do it. But if you actually have the will and keep moving in that direction, you can do a lot of things. But I just don't really believe that the guy's got 20 organized people with guns willing to come kill some random YouTuber. So I don't. YouTube live streams are the only place where talking to yourself is considered entertainment. Kim Jong-un. No, that's not true. In solitary confinement, that's another place where talking to yourself is considered entertainment. But I'm not actually just talking to myself. I'm talking to 4 people right now. Then I'll post this, and other people will see it in the future. And then I'll also be able to reference it. I'll be able to go back and watch my own videos to aid my own memory and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's very weird because I'll say a lot of things, like a lot of these videos that I would expect to get deleted don't, and then some do. And I don't know. I guess it's if the right person sees it and reports it, or they say that YouTube's got some kind of AI that goes through things and looks for words and phrases, but that seems to be fickle too. Like, it sometimes picks up on things and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, you're being sarcastic? Well, maybe I'm just like a little bit on. I have really always took people literally. Like, I had to kind of learn not to do that. But from the time I was a child, I would almost just always think people meant exactly what they said. And I had to kind of learn. You're from Nepal? That's pretty cool. I wish I had the money to go see the world, really. But also, I don't know. Sometimes I get this impulse where I want to travel, but most of the time I don't really. I want to go to work and come home. I want to go work on my farm. My woman, she might want to go to town, or she might want to go play putt putt golf, or go to the fair, or go somewhere. And I just want to pretty much take care of my chickens and my fruit trees, and be at home resting from being at work. That's a big thing, like a lot of couples, the men and the women, the man comes home and he's tired from work, and she's like, you think, my woman doesn't do this, but this is common in a lot of relationships. The woman will claim that her day was harder than the man's day. It's very common. I hear a lot of my friends and all, the guy be working a 12-hour shift in the sun and carrying heavy stuff and come home, and his wife will be like, you think you've had a hard day? These kids have been giving me a lot of trouble because I don't have any kind of uniform discipline or rules, or kids can be hard work or easy work. I know they can always be hard work and stressing. I'm the oldest of 7 siblings. I know what I'm talking about. But you can make a child harder work. My parents didn't have as much trouble out before my parents divorced. My dad and mama had 4 sons together, Paul, Josh, Adam, and Luke. And we did not give our parents as much trouble as like a lot of people's one child does today. You got these children that just don't have consistent rules or discipline or structure, and they act all crazy. They go, you can't take them anywhere in public, or they're destroying stuff and yelling and screaming and acting all crazy. And so a lot of people are like, dang, I don't want children. That's a lot of work. Well, that child's a lot of work, because the parents' yes doesn't always mean yes, and their no doesn't always mean no, and they don't keep their word, and they don't have consistent rules, and they don't parent their children. They just leave them to be entertained by media while they neglect their children. And they're like, their parents are like on social media trying to get validation from the outside world, while their child is trying to get validation from their parents, and their parents are ignoring them. So there's reasons why a lot of people think kids don't have to be that much hard work. They'll want to help with everything you do. Like you're washing dishes, you're working on the car, you're cutting, whatever you're doing, yard work, they want to help. And at first it's annoying to show them, to teach them and let them help you, because you could do it. They're going to mess up a lot because they're learning, and it's easier to just do it yourself. But if you actually take time and let your kids help you every time they want to help, they eventually learn they're able to do a lot more than people give them credit for. And then they're not making a mess as much, because they know how to clean up after themselves. They know how to fix things. They know how to occupy their time. Where are you at, dude? There's other videos where I've said where I'm at. There's a lot of videos where I've said where I'm at. But I'm on like my 4th death threat. So you just got to put in the research and look at the other videos, because after my 4th death threat, all the information's on my YouTube channel to figure it out. There's plenty of context clues. But I'm just getting too many death threats that I'm not going to just like I'm not going to share my coordinates. I'm not going to pin my location or anything. But I have in other videos, I've mentioned exactly where I'm at, but I don't know. And I just think it's kind of crazy that there are people that want to kill people over the things that they are saying. And when I went to school, you might get called mayonnaise or cracker or white boy, or, and it was just I never got angry about it. I never got so angry. And then I've been in lots of debates that got really tense and heated, but we never wanted to kill each other. Like, it's really crazy how it seems like impulse control in the general population is shrinking, and I think a lot of it is a lot of people have been raised with no discipline, no self discipline, no. And then there's quicker gratification. There's, it's trending from long form videos to shorts, and people are just losing their attention span, they're losing their impulse control. They don't have any discipline, they don't have any emotional regulation, and they're over here getting all bent out of shape about words, wanting to. I don't know. I just think it kind of reminds me of a chimpanzee or something. It's like, how they have so much reactive violence and low impulse control? It's like humanity's like devolving, not evolving, but it's like the brain is atrophying because they've contracted out all their thinking to AI and Google search and everything else. I don't know what's happening. I don't really know what the problem is. I think it's mostly like a moral problem, really. I've also noticed that I can look in people's eyes and automatically know what side of the political spectrum they're on. I've noticed this. I've noticed that if you see a little contempt in the corners of the face, that micro expression of contempt, and you see fear and anger in the eyes, you can just see it, Maybe you see a little nose ring here, but maybe you see the eyes just like popping out, and you just see the woman's eyes, and you automatically know she's a progressive liberal, and she's about to start saying that a baby's a parasite, and she's about to start screaming and acting crazy. And you can just see it on their face. You can be like, that person's a communist. There is a test somewhere online, I don't know where, and it's can you spot the fake smile? And my dad, who's more social than I am, I'm more introverted, he's more extrovert. I don't know if he's extroverted. He seems to be, I don't know, he seems to be a lot more social and have more friends and stuff like that. But he failed horribly that test. Like, he could not detect a fake smile from a real smile. And I passed it every single one. I knew on that test what's a fake smile and what's a real smile. And they said, well, people that are like that, they have less friends because they can spot fakeness better. So everybody can't do it. It's sort of a skill. Some people want to deny it's real because they don't like the idea. The transparency of it kind of scares them. The fact that somebody could look at them and tell something about them, that scares them. They don't like it. People like their privacy. But all the emotions you have over your life, all the thoughts you have, you make facial expressions. And even if you try to mask them, they bleed through in micro expressions. So your thoughts, your emotions, they etch out on your face. They start to shape up on your face. You're angry all the time, it starts to imprint on your face. You're sad all the time, it starts to imprint on your face. And so if you know what to look for and everything, you can kind of judge people by their face. And you can see a progressive liberal's eyes and know they're a progressive liberal. You can see the contempt and the anger and the on the corners of the lips, you can see the contempt. And in the eyes, you can see the fear-based, illogical thinking. You can see the mental illness on their face, And I don't know. And they're so passionately wrong. They're so angry. And they're so passionately wrong about things. They have no understanding of the economy or wealth creation or even human psychology. They don't understand how people work off of incentives, positive and negative incentives. And they want these policies implemented that would just destroy civilization. And they're so passionate about it. They're so confident that they're right. And every time their policies are tried, it fails every single time. Communism fails every single time, and they still want communism. And they just basically are like some sort of, they swallow every slogan and spit it back out. It's like they don't even think, really. They just speak in news headlines. They don't critically examine anything. And you can tell, like, they're all like a bunch of, not like whatever the media pushes that day. They're all chanting the same thing. Being sarcastic and enjoying my moment. I don't even understand. You say being sarcastic, brother, enjoy your moment. I don't know. Do you think that I don't really take this as seriously as you might think that I do, you know? My moment. You know, anybody in the world with almost no effort can go live on YouTube. So I don't understand why somebody I don't get the one, you know, I can't tell the tone from the text. So I really don't know what. I just wanted to talk about it. I talked about it a little bit with Brittany. She just gets mad, which I don't blame her. I'll get mad if somebody's threatening her too. I got my Captain Crunch socks. Brittany got them for me. I always was like kind of a plain, like no jewelry, white t-shirt, blue jeans kind of dude. I never really had any kind of worry too much about any kind of style or anything like that. Just simple, practical. And then my former bosses bought me some clothes, and Brittany has bought me a whole bunch of clothes. And most of what I could wear that I got for Christmas in high school, I can still wear. I got 0 viewers or 6. 0. These Captain. I got these blue and yellow shoes that really match these Captain Crunch socks really well. Nothing else that I'm wearing matches, but I'm about to get dirty. I'm not trying to really. That's why I like these shorts I'm wearing. They're like easy to. They dry. They don't hold water. I'm gonna be digging in the creek. I'm really done with this video. I really got on there to say what I was going to say. And then I don't expect to really... I probably won't post it because... I don't know. I do want to post it because of some of what I said. I'll just end this and go to